We are back, folks. I bought this non-functional Ibanez Geo Micro, and you can see that it's already kind of taken apart. I took all the hardware off. I'm going to be using this body as a template because I couldn't figure out how to scale down a regular size RG, which I own as well. We are going to be also using a similar scale length to the neck here, but we're going to be doing a 2-inch nut. We have a pretty damaged spot right here, so I figured this would be a good piece to use on a smaller build like this. We're going to be using a mahogany neck. This is not the best piece of mahogany, but I'm confident we'll be able to get past this this bad side. We're going to be using spruce for the braces, and probably just half of this. I'm going to be using a eucalyptus fretboard. I've already pre-planed this one because this one looked pretty bad, but I planed it down to where it was the good wood. So, and I really like the grain pattern on this one. Very nice and defined grain. I'm thinking we're going to use a sort of a slightly different color cedar for the body. I like this wood. I like the wood grain. Here we go. Looks like full contact, nothing shifted. It's good. Let's go ahead and get to carving. fuck is that noise? Now if you notice, I made the braces thicker towards the side that's going to have the thicker gauge strings. Very small detail, but these braces are not carving very well. The wood just isn't cooperating. It's almost like the wood is collapsing rather than cutting. It's not the tool here. The tool is sharp enough. It's just like the grain of the wood is really strange. Okay, and that's the final result. Pretty decent work, I'd say. Looks good. Not a huge fan of these little holes that created when I was carving it, but yeah, looks good.
I can't see anything.
This is a piece of cherry wood that I harvested myself. It's a really nice piece. I need to definitely plane it past these cracks, but the coloration is really nice. Let's cut her up and see what happens. Fucking heater.
Ow.
see what we got. Okay, so here is the issue. That's a pretty big issue. I didn't take this into account when I made the body blank. This neck joint is for the original neck, which is much more narrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple little chunks right here on each side, and hopefully it'll match up to where it won't be a huge visual obstruction of justice. This is my wood chunk box. I keep all my little cutoffs here that are, you know, might be useful in the future. Now, I don't typically keep like pine, stuff like that, but I keep any of the kind of more exotic woods.
Yes, I'm using a pair of underwear. I was tired of getting sawdust in my eyes, sawdust in my lungs. I still get sawdust in my ears. impossible!
And she is done. What do y'all think? I think it came out pretty good. About to string her up, see what it sounds like. And I left some room in case I wanted to put 24 frets on. That kind of came out to be a mess, but you know, we had a gap there, we had to fill it. This side turned out a lot better. I think it looks good. It's one of my better headstocks I've done. Shout out to Geiger tuners, by the way. They're awesome. They got these little bearings. You can see right there on the inside. They have these little bearings that these ride on. They're amazing. They're 18:1 ratio. Okie dokie. Well, here she is all strung up. I have not leveled the frets yet. I haven't added fret markers and a couple little things, like I haven't adjusted the bridge or the nut yet. But my fingertips really hurt. I got split fingertips. My nail is separating from my fleshy part right here on my pointer finger, which is the finger I pick with. And my thumb has this big old split in there. Real lively sounding, really resonant, and the ports on here do an excellent job at directing it up towards me, regardless if I'm playing it in a more classical position or just like this, or just like laying down, like, because it aims it like right at your head. And it's pretty strong little junction right there too. It's really nice to be able to see the inside workings of the guitar as well. Like, you can see the bracing. You know, if you look down there, you can actually see the work I've done. So it's just nice to be able to continue to see that instead of having to get sealed away and you never see it again kind of thing. And I'm really glad that I channeled out the horns this time. I feel like it added a lot of extra surface area. You can still play the notes without the frets there, but they're a little bit less defined. But you know, in case I want to add 2 more frets, I can do that. The neck joint just came out awesome. You know, I made the neck too wide, but you know, filling it in with these little chunks really kind of completed the look, and it brings a lot of like a finished look to that area, even though it was mostly a mistake. The guitar overall just sounds and feels great. Love the gold tuners on there. Just looks real regal. I am keeping the strings long, so they're wiggling around there. I still haven't leveled the frets, like I said, so when you cut the strings too short, it's really hard to kind of put them back on there. So yeah, here we go. So hopefully you've enjoyed this build. I'm gonna do an actual recording with a decent microphone with this guitar. This is probably gonna be my new main guitar. It's awesome size for, you know, practicing, bedroom play, recording. Have a good day. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in a future build video.